Hey guys, French Arcade here. Welcome back to another video. This video we will be talking about my new mod, sort of new, but not really. It's called Stool mod if you don't know already, and I will be showcasing it today. I have timestamps in the description if you want to see where everything is and what I'm going to be showcasing and in which part of the video. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the first part of the mod is all the weapons I have. And it is a lot of weapons, so I'll be going over them pretty fast. So first we have the condensed wood weapons. And if you don't know already, these weapons are made with condensed wood, which is made with 10 wood, so you can technically get this at the very start of the game. So they're pretty simple. This one just shoots seeds. I mean, it doesn't do much damage since you get it right at the start. And this is the condensed wood bow, which shoots extremely fast, but has very low base damage, which is only 2. But with the arrows, it actually does pretty good damage. And you also have the condensed wood one, which does pierce a little bit and shoots farther sparks. And here are the tooltips, if you want to read them. Alright, so that's that. Those are the condensed wood weapons. Now the banana weapons. These are sort of like the condensed wood weapons, but different. For example, these shoot bananas, of course. And they're also made with bananas. Bananas are crafted from 5 magic plant matter. And magic plant matter is really simple. You just get it from hay and wood at a workbench. And as you can see, the damage isn't that high, but when you combine it with the melee attack, it actually does do like sort of good damage. And the bananas linger around for a while, so that might be good at the start of the game. We also have the quick banana knife. Why did I say quick? It's really similar to the other banana weapon, but it just shoots a little faster and is a little better. We also have this slower weapon, the banana crossbow. It's a little slower, but it does do a lot of damage at the start of the game. So I would actually recommend this. Alright, so now we have these steel weapons. These steel weapons are made with steel bars. And steel bars are made with silver and iron, since steel is like a mix of 2 different stuff. And so for the steel broadsword, it shoots out little steel bolts. And when you shoot it, it actually does pretty good damage. If you do it only on one, it does pretty good. Same with the steel bow. It's like the crossbow, but a little less damage. I might buff it in later updates, but I don't know yet. So there's that, and let me tell you, the weapons do get crazier as we go on, so stick around please. Now we do have the cursed weapons, which are only made with cursed ice. Mind you, this is only a corrupted world, so yeah. So it's from Demonite ore, which means you need to beat the Eye of Cthulhu to get these. So we have the cursed ice sword, which is actually shooting like these really cool bows. I can't talk. But they do shoot these really cool bows. I cannot speak today. But actually though, these guys do shoot this really cool stuff, and they do a lot of damage. And we have the cursed pistol, which doesn't, I would say it's okay, like it isn't the coolest thing, but it is pretty good. Same with the cursed charge. This actually shoots like really fast, and it uses barely any mana as well, so this would be a really good start of game weapon. You also have the cursed staff, which is really strong in the sense that it does a lot of damage. It does use quite a bit of mana though. So there's that. And if you put these back, if I'm just gonna put these away real quick, and onto post Skeletron. Now this is where it gets a little crazier. We have the potato weapons, which are really, really weird. I don't know why I added these, but who cares? You know, this is my mod, I'm just gonna add stuff. So these weapons are made with potatoes, which is made with bones and magic plant matter at a furnace. And with these potatoes, this is a special potato. I honestly ran out of ideas for this, but it does shoot like really fast potato shards. I don't even know, but like they do shoot potato shards. And if you look at this is the bouncy potato, which is supposed to be similar to the other weapon. I forget what it's called, the flower of fire. It's supposed to be just really similar to it, except ranged. And we also have the fat potato, which is a giant weird potato. Okay, I don't know. I literally don't know. I might remove these in a later update. Like they're kind of really bad at the time that they are made. That you can get them. But yeah, so we have those. I'm gonna just skip the night while I put these away. And now we have the corrupted weapons. Now these corrupted weapons are actually really good in the fact that like they do a lot of damage. So these corrupted weapons, they are made with corrupted bars. These corrupted bars are made with corrupted fiber. And you get corrupted fiber from these corrupted beasts, which I will show later in the video. So do keep watching so you can see. So we have the corrupted greatsword. Does pretty good damage. It shoots these things that go through blocks. So they're pretty good. As well as the corrupted magnum, which is basically the Venus magnum. Except you do need to click, which is pretty annoying. You also have the corrupted great bow, which has a special ability. It does only 17 range damage, but it also always crits. So if I were to shoot it like this, it crits every time it hits. So it does pretty good damage. And one of the strongest weapons, we have the corrupted winds, which is actually made an upgrade to the accursed charge, and it's made with the corrupted bars. These, it shoots really, really fast, and it shoots the wind like seriously fast. Like I would say this is probably one of the best weapons. So yeah, there is that. If I were to put these away, we can move on. We also have the dark weapons. The dark weapons are really good, and you can get them from dark bars, which is made with dark fragments that drop from these dark apparitions, which I will show in a minute. So we have these dark gloves that shoot really fast dark orbs. They do like a lot of damage, especially when you combine it with melee. It does a lot of damage. Same thing with the dark cannon. This also has a special crafting recipe, and it is made with the star cannon. But it's actually, the special thing about it is that it's worse than the star cannon, but it doesn't use the stars for the ammo. It actually doesn't use any ammo at all, so it is kind of a trade-off. You get less damage, but you don't need to use the stars. So it's actually pretty good. It doesn't fully pierce, but it does do a lot of damage. And next, we have the Dark Blaster. It's kind of just the, it's just the space gun, but a little stronger. It does 31 magic damage, you know, it does pretty good damage. We have now onto one of the best weapons, like a few of the best weapons in the entire mod. These are the mechanized weapons. The first one, the mechanized broadsword, is made with all of the melee weapons that I showed earlier. Same thing with the cannon of the gods. I will show the jungle stabber in a second. But yeah, like all of these are made with special, like all of the magic weapons are all the ranged weapons. You know, bug totem I'll show in a second as well. But the mechanized broadsword, it's actually really good in the sense that it does a lot of damage, and it does a giant radius. Like, it's a really big sword, so it can hit from like really far. And it also shoots these homing orbs that if I were to spawn in a super dummy, the orbs actually do home in on them, sort of. It isn't very good homing since this is pre-hard mode, but the homing is actually pretty good. It doesn't do that much damage, but you know, it's just an extra attack. So there's that. Oops. So there's that. We also have the Cannon of the Gods. It does a lot of damage, and it shoots giant like flames. Sorry, but it shoots like giant flames. It goes really, really far as well. Like, it shoots extremely far, and it does a lot of damage overall. So now we have the Tome of the Razorblade, which is probably one of my favorite weapons, but I'll just show you. So it shoots razor blades that actually, unlike the weapon it's based off of, it actually doesn't home in, but it does shoot really fast and go through blocks. And it also returns to you, so if you miss, they can come back. Like, if you do it like that, they'll all come back and still deal damage. So it's pretty good. So there's that. There are the mechanized weapons. I'm just gonna put these back. And here are the extra weapons that I have not, that don't have like their own like, you know, thing. So we have the mini sky bass, which is made with the mini shark, of course, with hellstone, sunplate blocks, and illegal gun parts. And when you shoot, it also always crits, just like the corrupted bow that I showed earlier. It does only 3 damage, but it ends up doing insane DPS because of the fact that the bullets combined with the always critting, it does a lot of damage. And we also have the jungle stabber, which shoots knives. And if you were to look at the crafting recipe, it's made with 50 poison knives and jungle spores. So these things shoot really fast, they go really, really far. So I'd say they're pretty good. And the bug totem, which is also one of my favorite weapons of the mod. It shoots out these little bugs that it's hard to see because they're small sprites, but they go and home in on enemies, and they actually do a lot of damage. So yeah, there's that. We also have, if I were to show you the crafting recipe, it is made with 8 jungle spores and 12 rich mahogany. We also have the goblin blade, which I really like. It shoots out the goblin summoner tentacles, like those things. And it does pretty low damage for when you can get it. But the special ability on it is the debuff, because the debuff, since it's a hard mode debuff, it ends up doing a lot of extra damage. So yeah, there's that. We also have the Cthulhu's eye drops, which, if you were to look, all it does is it shoots out these little tears or drops or whatever you want to call them. But they do a lot of damage, and they linger around for quite a bit. So I would say this is really good for events, but they only hit a maximum of like 10 times before they disappear. So yeah, that's that. Those are all the weapons in my entire mod. Hope you enjoyed that part of the video. And next we'll be moving on to armor, which will be pretty short since I don't have that much armor. So yeah, let's move on. And moving on, we have the armor. So I don't have that much armor since this is a pretty new mod. I don't have that much armor to add. This is the steel armor. Wait, let me just turn down the volume a little bit. So we have that. This is the steel armor. It looks pretty simple, but yeah, so it gives you 21 defense Let me just check. Yeah, 21 defense. It's pretty good. I would say this is a really good armor to get, since it doesn't cost that much steel to get. And since steel is made with 2 bars at the same time, I reduced like the amount of bars you need to craft it. So yeah, there's that. We have the condensed wood armor, which you can get right at the start of the game. It's pretty simple, just normal wood armor, but condensed. It gives you 6 defense, which isn't much, but then again, you can get at the start of the game. So yeah, we also have the banana armor, which I would say is a good armor to use against Cthulhu. It has a pretty silly sprite, in my opinion. I sprited it just like this, you know. Since bananas are really silly, I just, you know, just thought to do this. It gives you 11 defense, which isn't much, but then again, it is from the start of the game. And now we have the cursed armor, which I would say is really, really good, considering the fact that you can get it right after Cthulhu. It gives you 19 defense. And the sprite is pretty bad. I don't like the sprite. I'm probably going to change it soon, but yeah. And now, one of the most creative armor sets that, in my opinion, that I've made is the Dark Obliterator armor. So it gives you actually like extra minion slots. It gives you melee speed and more damage and movement speed. It gives you 23 defense, which is pretty good. Like, look at this. Like, it does a lot of damage. It upgrades your damage, and it's pretty good overall. So I would say this is a good armor set to wear if you're after a Skeletron and you want to try out, you know, some new armor and just play every class. So yeah, that is all the armor. That was a pretty quick quick part there. But yeah, let's move on to the next section. Alright, so the next part is about all the different materials we have. So I've added a lot of materials to the game, as you can see, and let's just start with all of them. So we have the corrupted fiber, which I've probably already shown. I've already shown a lot of these technically, but I'm just going to show you where you can get a lot of them. Like, I didn't show how you can get these, and I'll show you. So we also have the enchanted eye slime, which makes the Cthulhu's eye drops, and the enchanted goblin slime, which makes the goblin blade. So starting with those, if I were to find my mod here, the Stool mod. So basically, you can get the slime of Cthulhu while using a if you spawn in it with a slimy eyeball, you can get the slime of Cthulhu, which is a pretty hard boss in my opinion. From this time you can get it, like Cursed Eye Sword would probably be when you can get it. It does a lot of damage if I were to turn off God mode. It does a lot of damage and you need to like make sure you can get out of the way of it. But when you eventually kill it, it'll drop the enchanted eye slime. Same thing with the goblin slime. It's pretty much the same thing, but a goblin. This one actually doesn't have a spawn, but you spawn it in by doing the goblin army, and it can rarely spawn during that time. So once you kill it, it'll give you the enchanted goblin slime along with 1 gold. So there's that. We also have the dark fragments, corrupted fiber, and bananas. So to start off with bananas, you get them from banana slimes, which are pretty easy to kill, only 40 HP. They can spawn in on the surface at any time, pretty much. And when you kill them, they drop bananas. And you can use those bananas to craft the banana items. And the corrupted beasts are actually pretty hard to kill because they can actually go through blocks. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to show it. But yeah, so right there, they can go through blocks. And They're pretty annoying to kill. They spawn in the dungeon. So let me get a good weapon for this. Yeah, so they spawn in the dungeon. They're pretty hard to kill, but you will get rewarded when you kill them because they drop a lot of corrupted fiber. And you can use that to craft corrupted bars, and then that makes the corrupted weapons. Oh, and also I forgot to go over a weapon. The Purification's Bane. I actually forgot to go over it. So, basically, it's a pretty good weapon. I would say it shoots really fast javelins that do a lot of damage. And also their hitboxes make it so they can hit from like a far way away. So yeah. I forgot to talk about that one. Anyway, we have the Dark Apparition, which is the last enemy in the game. It does a lot. It takes a lot of knockback, so it's also pretty annoying to kill. But like, yeah. So basically, once you eventually kill them, they will drop dark fragments. They drop a lot of dark fragments, and you can use that to craft the dark bars. So yeah, that's all the enemies and all the materials that I have added to the game. And yeah, so I've pretty much showed all of this, and I'll just move on to the other, since it's only a few things. I have 2 accessories so far in the game. I haven't added that many yet, but this is the slimy eyeball I was talking about. If you use it, it'll take a second. It'll make a weird noise as well. I need to fix that. But sometimes it actually doesn't work. It doesn't spawn sometimes. So you need to make sure you craft it. It actually does take a second to spawn, I think. Okay, yeah, so it is a little buggy. Again, this is a new mod. So yeah, so right there it eventually spawned, and you can kill it just like that, and it will drop enchanted eye slime. So yeah, there's that. We also have the Cursed Charm, which is basically a mix of Cursed Ice and the Shackle. And Shackles, you know, drop from zombies. They give you 1 defense. It's a pretty good thing, in my opinion. It gives you 3 defense, 8% more damage, and 20% more movement speed. But yeah, so moving on, we also have the Dark Necklace, which is made with dark bars, the Mana Regeneration Band, Shark Tooth Necklace, and the Cursed Charm. It's a pretty good accessory. It gives you 10% more damage. It gives you 25% movement speed, 7 armor penetration, which is really good, plus 2 life and mana regen. It's a pretty good accessory, so be sure to try it out. If you were to download my mod, I will show you how to download it in the description. Well, you probably do know if you've played Terraria before or used mods before. You probably know how to download it. Just search up Stool mod in the mod browser and it should show up. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to ring the bell and know when I make more videos, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye!